Morning, everyone. So, till now, we have seen some cases which are typically concerned with AI and IPR. But today, I would also want you to have a look at some of the ethics which are associated with AI. So, we are facing a lot of conflict also in the area of how AI has not been programmed to deal with the ethics which exist in the society. It has to comply with also ethics in order to hand over personhood to it. So this is one of my key areas of interest and this started because I started reading about the Elaine Herzberg incident. So this is a very important event in the whole space of AI and ethics because in this particular case there are self-driving cars. So they basically don't recognize they recognize few obstacles while they don't recognize certain obstacles. For example, a pedestrian crossing a road was not considered as an obstacle by the self-driving car, and it basically hit her and she was injured. So now the same way, who is responsible for these kind of accidents? Or for example, someone is working on a robot or an AI machine. So now, does the AI robot or the AI machine recognize that human? So if that person, the operator who is working on the machine, is keeping the robot on while working, there could be a huge threat to that human, because the AI could kill that particular human, and it has happened in one of the cases. So that's why I want to do further research in this particular area, because it is very concerning, because AI doesn't understand or it doesn't use its common sense when it comes to ethics. So AI can be programmed or can be fine-tuned to understand only certain parts of or only certain things, but when it has to use its emotional mind or when it has to use its common sense, I don't see that growing or that improving, and that's why it's important to understand whose fault it is. So now when we come to fault, there is a huge regime which has been established, like the no fault liability regime. There is a strict liability, absolute liability. So who are we going to pin the blame on? So is it the person who has manufactured the tool? Is it the programmer? Is it the operator? Is it the end user? And if the operator, the front end operator, the back end operator, are we going to blame it after it enters the market or before it enters the market? So there are many such permutations and combinations. There are many complexities involved. There are many factors involved which are variable factors. So keeping all that in mind, we need to very critically understand what are the factors that influence such kind of mishaps which happen, and these several kind of factors, how they influence the AI in its functioning, and how this can be avoided in the future. Okay? Or is the AI equipped enough to understand? So for example, while a bus is traveling on a particular road, does it understand directions as to left and right? Or suppose it's moving in a particular road, does it identify the other obstacles on the road apart from the other cars? Does it understand at what speed it's supposed to move, like a self-driving car? Or is it able to use its common sense when directions are not given or when it's not exposed to certain threats? So that also needs to be worked on. And also when AI is misused by certain people, for example, there are intermediaries like YouTube, etc., that often get involved in issues where they upload certain videos, but they upload videos sometimes without the consent of the person who is present in those videos. So they are basically only performing the function of an intermediary. They are given directions by the person who wants to upload the video, which could be any of these platforms which are basically uploading or which are using the content which is generated through these AI machines. And in that particular content, there could be a person who is using their voice, or whose image is there, or who has a certain body language or personality, but that has been certainly tweaked and modified to a large extent. And YouTube, being an intermediary, just uploads that particular video or that particular image or a photo, which is all based on a user prompt which is given to it. And once it is uploaded online, we see these kind of deep fake images or videos or sound recordings where that person's personality has been stolen to a large extent and modified to a great extent, which is leading to violation of personality rights. And that is why these days we see so many celebrities who are talking about this and are also claiming that there has been a violation of their privacy, there has been misuse of their personal health information, there has been misuse of their privacy, their health data, and wrong information has been uploaded on several sites, or even sometimes, portraying them to be a certain way in which they are not actually. And these kind of misuse of data which has been generated by the AI has to come to a stop. So that is why it is important to have very strict privacy policies. And even when we agree to those privacy policies, for example, which has been drafted by Meta, etc., we need to be very careful when we agree to what we are signing up for. So when we agree to it, we should be aware that these are the repercussions that could happen as a result of us agreeing to certain principles in the privacy forms or the privacy particulars that they are providing us. So after such video is uploaded, then there has to be, in case there is violation of privacy, then there has to be necessarily a takedown notice which has to be issued by the court, because someone is filing a case against Meta for misusing its personality rights. So then an immediate takedown notice, and if YouTube or other intermediaries don't comply with it, then there has to be a further a stricter action which has to be taken for the same. So all these kind of challenges are faced in today's world because the AI has been used for a destructive purpose as well. So one should be very careful when they are signing up for uploading for usage of their image, their voice, their facial features, their the way they portray themselves, the information they upload online about themselves. So it becomes very, very important to not misuse AI or break the ethics. So that is why it is a very tricky thing as to how or whether we should really give a legal personhood to AI, whether we should really attribute certain emotional qualities to AI, whether it would be able to understand that and behave in a particular manner, whether it would be able to comprehend that in the first place, does it have the common sense to comprehend that, or whether it needs to be further programmed or further exposed to more data or more information in that particular area for it to get trained, and would that have any grave repercussions. So all this needs to be necessarily analyzed before we jump into doing things which could have some kind of issues which are actually surfacing right now. And that is why everyone is trying to safeguard and protect themselves. And even when they are uploading their photos online or videos online or images, they are being very careful that there is no violation of that which is being done. In fact, many people are not even using Meta, or they're not restyling their photos with Meta because it could have certain disastrous consequences. And although these features are provided by many platforms like Instagram, etc., So one has to be very careful if they are on these platforms and they're using these images. So that is something we need to really sort of brainstorm, or companies need to brainstorm, and they have to look at the ethical aspects of it and enhance the safety protocols that they are already using, or that they are already they need to tighten that and regulate that. So if they are capable of doing that, if they are able to ensure utmost safety to the user, then the user can also be more comfortable and can sort of navigate through these platforms with greater ease and more trust. So there has to be audit reports, there has to be periodic reviews, and such things will help in building trust with the user, so that it has to be made user friendly, and that should be the ultimate aim or goal of these companies. So this is one interesting area that we can explore, which falls under legal personhood or ethics, AI and ethics, that we can further look into. So if you are interested in these areas, then let me know. I will do further research in this, and we can share our thoughts about this, or I will continue with the case law series and we can explore further in that particular area. Let me know in the comment section. Thank you.